it's very beneficial to talk early on with FDA in the submission process because it speeds up the submission process. Megan, in your experience, what are the questions that a medical device manufacturer should ask FDA to speed it up, like to get the submission going faster? What are the practical tips and tricks here?
That's a great question. Just in general, when you're meeting with the FDA, you need to do your homework. They're not going to be, they don't want you to come to them and just ask a bunch of questions. They want you to present an argument, understand your device. You need to be able to describe exactly what that device does. You're completely familiar with that device. The FDA reviewers and people that you're talking to, they look at tons of devices. So you need to really make sure you're clear about what it does and just focus on the pieces that they care about, right? So when we're thinking any product, what does it do? Where do you get the data? What are the outputs? What specifically, what's how does it do that at a high level? And remember, all of the communications are confidential. So you're going to probably have to get into some of your proprietary information because they're just looking for how do we have confidence that this is safe and effective. So you're going to have to share it with them. That's right.
Hmm.
I mean, they can't evaluate your product unless they know the principles of operation. How does it actually do it? You don't have to tell them every aspect of your, secret sauce, but you do need to be able to describe more. And I do find that startups, people who are new to medical devices, this is very uncomfortable, but the FDA is just trying to understand how that works, and it's their job. So they're going to
Hmm.
ask these types of questions.
Of
And then the
course.
other aspect of the pre-submission is really a lot of times you're developing something innovative. There might not be a code already for that particular device. So you want to really do some homework in terms of what do you think that regulatory classification might be, so that you can make an argument to, I recommend to manufacturers, keep your regulatory burden as low as possible, optimized, right? Because I do see companies, take advantage of the fact that the FDA recognizes that if you're operating on a general purpose computing platform, an iPad, that's not a medical device. So take advantage of those things that they've already agreed. But if you come into the FDA and you just tell them this is a medical device, they're not necessarily going to challenge you on that. They might suggest maybe you don't want to do that. But they don't want extra burden either for themselves. That's just too much to divide. So focus really on the key risks and what do you really need to know. You might need to take several submission meetings with them over time. You won't want to go in with more than maybe 3 questions. Kind of keep it
Hmm.
really simple and focused. You'll have maybe an hour.
Good to know. Thanks for these tips, Megan.